Now, the clock technique for some people may sound kind of maybe lacking value or not too important, but by far, this is one of the greatest, most important techniques that we have built into the Silva method. This particular technique has every single element in it to manifest a goal at a specific time. Now, the reason that's so important is because for many, working in the mental states or in the internal mental states or in the spiritual subjective dimension is it's like working in an area with no time. It's kind of hard to fix a time in a dimension where time does not exist. The other thing too is that I want to say it's not good enough to say one of these days I'll be happy. Why one of these days? I want to be happy now. One of these days I'll have enough money to build my home or to whatever. Why would you want to say one of these days? Be more specific. Commit to when you want to make it happen. This particular technique will allow you to manifest a goal of time at a specific time. Now, as you start to awaken at exactly the time that you set your mental clock to awaken, you're going to need to question yourself as to what's holding you back from manifesting the perfect relationship. What's holding you back from manifesting the ideal income or job? What is holding you back from being at your ideal weight and size or having perfect health? Because if you can manifest awakening at exactly the time that you set in your mental clock, there's no difference in manifesting any of the other things. The only thing is that, do you believe it? Do you believe that you can make it happen? And you're probably going to find out that belief is a very important ingredient in manifesting anything. So the clock technique is truly a technique that has great value. And it's not going to be good enough to just say, I almost woke up on time. No. If you set your clock for 6:55, your mental clock, then expect to awaken at 6:55, not at 7, not at 6:50, not at 6:56, no, 6:55. If you set your clock for 7:02 in the morning, then expect to awaken at 7:02, right on target, not at 7. That's not good enough. So we want to make sure that we train ourselves and program ourselves to wake up at exactly the time that we set in our mental clock, and change those times by a few minutes here and there as you practice this, so that you can really zero in on the right feeling that must be present in your programming to get the outcome that you desire. So as you're doing your exercises, concentrate on that. How did I feel? What was I thinking? Especially when you have your successes. You want to always go back and backtrack and make a note, make a point of reference of what was going on in your internal state, the belief factor, the desire, the expectation, all those elements in place just right, because you manifested exactly as you had programmed. And that's really important to focus on and be aware of. Now, this technique will work. It will work every time, especially when you don't have the physical clock set, because now you have to depend on your intelligence. And your intelligence wants the best for you. It will wake you up at exactly the time that you want or program to wake up. Now, we also know that there's certain time givers that allow us to awaken exactly at the time that we want to awaken. Your intelligence is very conscious of the light changing from dark to light, or the animals making a little bit more noise, dogs barking, or your cat stirring, birds chirping, whatever it might be. So there are certain time givers in the environment that cue your intelligence to exactly what time it may be. We also know that there's a time giver in the brain itself that can keep very accurate time. And we also have cycles. We're animals or creatures that function with various types of rhythms or biological cycles. Your circadian cycle, your ultradian cycle. There's times when your heart beats and beats so many times per minute. Your breath and how you breathe and how that changes. You need to go to the bathroom. Temperature changing in your body. Whatever it might be. Those are also ways for your body, brain, and mind to hone in at exactly the right time to awaken when you program a specific time to awaken, and you will be successful in working with this particular technique. So as you can see, you can use your techniques in a combined way to not only set your clock, but also to deepen into a nap. So you can then awaken 15 minutes later or 30 minutes later, whatever you program. This is a great way to practice with your techniques, develop more mind-body management, and really develop more self-control, inner self-controls that can benefit you through time.